Hi, I am here with my friend Valerie Ghent, who is going to be joining me, the Annapolis Chamber Orchestra, Paul Shaffer, and the band on February 17th at 7:30 at Maryland Hall. Welcome, Valerie. It's good to see
Thank you, Ernie. I'm so thrilled to be here, and I cannot wait until the 17th of
you.
February. It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be great. We're going to have so much fun. I've talked to Francisco and Joe and Felicia.
My buddies.
The one thing that is a common thread is that we all just have so much fun.
We have a fantastic time together. It's kindred spirits, kindred spirits, open heart. We just come together and the love pours out. What can you say?
Well, tell us how you connected with Paul.
I first connected with Paul actually through Ashford and Simpson. And Paul would often come to our concerts. And I, of course, knew of Paul from television and was just so thrilled to meet with him. About 10 or 11 years ago, Paul asked me, called kind of out of the blue and asked if I could play percussion. And I said, yes, sure. The next thing I knew, he invited me to be a part of the band in a film called A Very Murray Christmas with Bill Murray, George Clooney, and Miley Cyrus, and Paul, of course. Talk about a fun day. That day of filming was outrageous. It was great. We're all family. I think that's why we're so connected, because it's just Ashford and Simpson create a family, Paul's family, Felicia's family, and now now we're all family.
So,
I just have to say, one of the things that's so moving for me, besides, of course, working with you and Paul and Felicia and Clint and Frankie and Joe, is playing inside an orchestra. Because my mother played the viola and the violin, and she played with American Ballet Theater and Queen Symphony. My father was also a musician in the electronic music world, but I grew up listening to orchestral music. I went to the Met to see my mom because, it's what we did. If your mom was there and you didn't have a babysitter, you had to be there. So for me, the first time, I think I told you this, but the very first time when we had that rehearsal, I think it was in Long Beach, the first show that I did with this. I just started crying. As I remember it now, the hairs on my arms are rising up. I was just to be enveloped. The violins are to my friend, the front and the right. The violas are here. The woodwinds behind me. The percussion, the cellos. I was just like, it's so moving. It's so moving to have so many musicians in the same room.
I tell people this. People are always like, well, tell me about your job as a conductor. I'm like, honest to God, I have the best job ever because, I stand in the middle of this sound. And it's like, and
it's coming right at you. All of us are going, woof, you're like, woof.
I'll tell you what, the very first time that I conducted the Philadelphia Orchestra, one of the great orchestras in the entire world, I was doing a concert with Marvin Hamlish, and I started conducting the orchestra, and Marvin played for 8 bars, and the strings come in on a series of 4 chords, or 3 chords, and then a 4th chord with a fermata. When they came in on that 4th chord, our first chord, I literally stopped conducting.
Wow.
But that sound out of that orchestra string sound, it just, and what I always say to people, they're like, well, tell me about this program. This program is like no other program. There are lots of pops programs where you have somebody that's coming and singing rock tunes with the orchestra, or R&B tunes with the orchestra, or indie acoustic stuff with the orchestra. This show is unique.
It is absolutely unique.
And to hear this music with Paul, with a full-on band of just amazing players, and then the orchestra, there's nothing like it. When this
all the orchestra members that we spoke with at the concerts we've done so far in Winnipeg and California, even the musicians were saying to us, we've never had so much fun. They were really lifted up by the music and the selection of the songs and the level of the musicianship. I think they were, I was very moved to hear them say that.
Yeah, I was too. I always tell this story. When we went back on tour a year ago, and we started in Vancouver, and we did Vancouver, and I'm not, were you at,
I wasn't on the Vancouver show. I started in California.
So when I went on stage to get something off my stand that I left one night, um, I went out there and there were people standing in front of the stage,
Wow.
hoping that one of us in the band would come out because they had questions. Because he talks about this one chord in,
Right. Right. The one chord. Yes.
you know, and then he talks about Ernest Gold, Andrew's father, and the music from Exodus, the same chord, which is a wild chord. And I said to him, I see, he said when I was late getting in the car to go back to the hotel, he said, "Is everything okay?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "You know what? I've never been stopped after a concert by somebody asking me if I could explain what a half diminished seven chord is." And he's like, I'm like, and you know what? It's true. I mean, so, and what you realize is that this stuff we're doing, it's connecting people. I mean, it's crazy, you
It's
know?
connecting because it's coming from the heart of
Yeah,
like not only our individual hearts but our collective heart, because we've this music's connected us. We're all connected to each other. We're connected with Paul in this unit, and then we're connecting with the orchestra, and then that just goes out like love into the audience, and then it feeds back to us, and so
right.
it's a beautiful, beautiful
Yeah.
experience.
Well,
And
I
I'm,
can't
I'm
wait.
so happy and honored to be part of it. I just
Well, thank you for coming and helping us do this to try to, raise some money for the chorus and the orchestra. Oh, you know what?
what?
This is like late breaking news. So you're hearing this before the chorus does, but some of the women of my chorus are going to sing some of the backups on "You're All I Need to Get By."
Oh, wow.
So we're not going to have like 5 backup singers. We're going to have 65.
It's going to sound
Can you
beautiful.
imagine them on River Deep Mountain High on those big?
Wow.
Yeah, so they don't know
Wow,
this yet.
wow,
So
wow.
this will probably go out after I see them tomorrow night. When I told some of them, and the
Okay.
ones that I told in a rehearsal last week, were like they were faint when I told them. They're like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah."
I'm going to have to bring some extra tissues with me because I think when they start singing You're All I Need, I'm just going to
Oh,
be
can you, yeah.
wonderful.
Boy,
It's going to be wonderful. I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to make music together again. We're going to have a
me too. I'm giving
wonderful.
you a big hug, and I'll see you soon. So listen, come see us on February 17th, 7:30, Maryland Hall for the Creative Arts. Paul Shaffer in concert with the Annapolis Chamber Orchestra, members of the Annapolis Chorale, and Valerie Ghent will be here. Francisco Centeno, Joe Caro, Felicia Collins, Clint DeGannon, and me.
We're going to have a blast. Join us.
Thanks, Val. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.